Welcome back, Wolfpack Rollers here. We have a battle from Tashir, bringing us our second Fan Fridays of the week. And the opponent has Swanna? I think that's what that Pokemon is. I don't think I've ever seen that Pokemon used in a battle. So, the opponent has that Dragonite, Infernape, and a Swanna. And then we have some just brutal looking Pokemon over here with the Entei and all those other guys. So, free battle. We're not seeing any legendary abuse, which is a good thing. And Entei is going to enter the field, and that is a shiny Entei. So pretty good stuff right there. And Swanna hits the field. So Swanna, yeah, I was right. It is a Swanna. Yeah. So Entei just going to come in, use Stone Edge on the Swanna, and that is going to just be a KO right off the bat. Nothing can really be done about that. So yeah, Entei gets KO right there, and Dragonite enters the field. So Entei going to Stone Edge as well. I guess this has to be a Scarf on the Entei then, just getting that outspeed on Dragonite. A critical hit as well. Now, doesn't really matter too much because of that multi-scale. So multi-scale broke and then damage. So Dragonite just going to go for that Dragon Dance and go hit that Dragon Rush. But Entei is going to avoid the Dragon Rush and throw out another Stone Edge. Stone Edge does land, and that is going to be a KO on the Dragonite. Okay. Infernape, at least it's a neutral hit. Like Infernape, because that fighting typing, going to be neutral on that Stone Edge. So Stone Edge lands again, and that is going to be enough right there. Close combat. That's actually going to put Infernape into KO range. So Entei tanks up that close combat really well. Defense drops, which means more damage, and Stone Edge is actually going to miss. So, wow, that's perfect odds right there, because 80% accuracy, and then it hit 4 out of 5 times. And because Entei does not have the PP up investment, has to go with the Struggle. The Struggle crits, almost knocks out Infernape. Infernape then throws out the Flame Wheel, and that's probably not going to do enough, so Entei does tank that hit up, and Entei has no moves left. Struggle ends up happening, and that is going to be the KO right there. Now, I know what some of you guys are going to say. The opponent's bad because he used it with Flame Wheel or Flamethrower on the and yeah, things like that. But if you think about it, that actually doesn't really matter, because if Infernape had used that close combat the second time, wouldn't have knocked out Entei, and then Entei would have had enough damage for that crit struggle to knock it out. So technically that Flamethrower meant that Infernape didn't die. That's kind of the only thing I can come up with. Now, using the Flame Wheel, that is a bit awkward, and it isn't really a good move choice, but if you look at the rest of the battle, really nothing could have been done. And I mean, if we look at the Dragonite, if it has multi-scale, might just be a raw event Dragonite, but that's still a very powerful Pokemon right there, and it just, okay, Dragon Rush, it missed. Had used Dragon Claw, still not enough damage to really threaten the Entei. And then Swanna, okay, Swanna is a weird pick, but that doesn't necessarily make it a bad Pokemon. Might have had some kind of crazy strategy we just didn't get to see because Scarf Stone Edge one-shot it. So, overall, you know, there's really not much more that could have been done for this, and it just really turns into a crazy Entei sweep. Entei swept so hard with that Stone Edge that it ended up using Struggle and still got that last KO. And I Scarf Entei, man, it tanks like a beast. So that I don't know what to say about it. It has great hit point investment and maybe just full attack. So full attack hit point with this Choice Scarf. That way you get to a decent outspeed tier. Pretty good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's an Entei bat sweep, and I hope you guys have a nice day.